can't believe that we're doing this again. But here we are. Oh my gosh. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet just can't catch a break. The latest thing is refunds. Now, I want to be very clear right off the bat that I'm not against refunds. In fact, refunds are a great thing. Steam has a fantastic process in place where if you purchased a game less than 14 days ago and played it for less than 2 hours and you don't like it, they'll return it. In fact, more companies should have flexible plans and processes like this in place. But when we're talking specifically about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I just can't do it. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce, apparently the only person on the internet that loves Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Here we are. There's now going around this thing about a bunch of people getting refunds for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yep, I'll put the customer service link in the description down below. If you want to sweet talk a Nintendo customer service representative, you can probably get a refund for your game. A number of users on Twitter have posted, and a number of users on Reddit have posted that they've received refunds from Nintendo by saying, like, the game didn't perform up to standards, it's buggy as heck, they didn't enjoy it, they didn't like it. If you get a good customer service representative, you can have the issue resolved in as little as an hour. People are reporting that their refunds are being sent instantly because this is a high priority issue for Nintendo, given all the discussion and debacle around Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, if that is you and you hate the game and you want to return it, okay. The problem is that I feel like the most prominent people that are returning it have only played the first hour or two, and I don't understand why we can't get past it. The Switch has never been a high-powered system. Why can't we get past it? I understand it's buggy. I understand it's lag. This is the best Pokemon game ever. It just drives me insane. The Metacritic for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet currently sits at 77, one of the lowest it's ever been for a mainline Pokemon game. Now, the user score is 2.9. Horrible. I don't want to throw shade, but I want to read you some other games that have got 77s on Nintendo Switch on Metacritic this year. The Centennial Case, a Shijima story. Doraemon, Story of Seasons, Friends of the Great Kingdom. Opus, Echo of Star Song, Full Bloom Edition. And Digimon Survive. I'm sorry to all of those games, but Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are leaps better. They are leaps and bounds better. One giant Koraidon jump off of the glacial peaks better. These games are so good. If you could just get past the first hour or two where the visuals are the worst. I don't know why it's that way. It's not okay. I'm not accepting it. I'm not saying that they get a pass. Graphics aren't everything. Performance isn't everything. And this game ends up being one of the greatest Switch games ever. And people are missing it. And the whole discourse online is that the game sucked, the performance is bad, return, refund, review low. And it really bugs me because I feel like Game Freak is going to get this message that we hate their game. A 2.9 user score. A 2.9. Now, to put this into perspective for you, let's go to another high scoring, or rather a high scoring, since Pokemon Scarlet Violet did not score high, 2022 Switch game. Okay, for example, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has an 89 on Metacritic. The user score is 8.5. All right, Persona 5 Royal has a 94 on Metacritic. The user score is an 8.5. Let's find another first-party title that dropped this year, okay? Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Maybe there's controversy because the Rabbids are annoying. 86 on Metacritic, 7.8 user score. Bayonetta freaking 3, 86 on Metacritic, and this one had performance problems, 7.4 user score. Why is Pokemon being taken to task as a franchise that has never been about the visuals? Ever. In fact, we know Game Freak are not the greatest developers when it comes to tech. But you know what they did an amazing job of? Making a fun, freaking amazing game. I have been a lapsed Pokemon fan for years. Massive Pokemon fanatic when I was little. I was the perfect age. When the Pokemon TV show came out, when the card game first released, I was the perfect age. I remember lining up at my board game store for the Fossil Pokemon card series. I convinced my dad to take me and my friend Jono out from our field trip to the Geology Museum, boring as rocks, and we went to go make the launch for Pokemon Fossil. I loved Pokemon. And then they did it again. and again and again and again and again and again and again. And sometimes they spun off, but again and again and again. And finally we break the mold. Finally, we have the evolution that we truly have been asking for, that we truly have been wanting. And to make that evolution possible, and to make the latter parts of the game possible that you haven't even experienced, that you haven't even seen, that you haven't flown from the top of a mountain down to the ocean seamlessly with no loads and very little lag, that you haven't made it to the end final game area, storyline 4, where it truly does something that's the most impressive thing I've probably ever seen on Nintendo Switch. People aren't seeing this. People aren't appreciating this. The evolution of Pokemon, the open world, the insane endgame, the crazy finale to the story, the amazing Gen 9 Pokedex, and all we can talk about is the performance. And I feel like this is like a Twitter incestual hive mind thing where everybody complains, and so everybody else complains. And then everybody complains, and everybody else complains. And you are a fanboy. You are a loser. You are crazy. You are just stupid if you like this game because everybody hates it. Nope. I think the silly ones are the ones that can't get past the performance. It's really not so bad. We've talked about tricks. You restart your game every couple hours, every hour if you want, and it helps fix the memory leak. Get past the first hour or two. The opening areas look garbo, and then it gets so much better. There are some later areas that look amazing, and I don't even care if there's a little lag. Riding around on Koraidon and Miraidon gives the best traversal flexibility Pokemon has ever had. Accomplishing the gyms, the Titans, and the Team Star boss battles in whatever order you want is the greatest adventure Pokemon has ever put to a cartridge. Being able to play seamless co-op with up to 3 of your friends and go do whatever instanced, so I can do a gym and then you can do a gym, and I've already done that gym so you can still do it, and I haven't done this Team Star, but it is amazing. They have accomplished so much in these games, and all we can focus on is this sphere. And I know that we have eyes, and games are a visual medium, and I understand that these are buggy, that they have performance problems, and if you really want a refund, go get the refund. But I don't think you should get a refund because everybody else says you should get a refund. I don't think you should get a refund because your favorite YouTuber homeboy on Twitter says the game looks like garbage and it's unacceptable. I don't think you should get a refund because you feel like if you support this, Game Freak will be lazy forever. They honestly busted their butts to try to make the most futuristic Pokemon game they could possibly make. And I'm sorry that they do not have the graphical prowess of the team over at Sony Santa Monica, nor even Tokyo EPD with Mario. They just don't. They don't have the skill, they don't have the talent, they don't have whatever, I don't know. They can't make it happen, but what they could make happen was ridiculous fun. Massive open world. Great advancement and progress of the franchise, and guys, you're gonna kill the progress. If we don't shut up fast, you're gonna kill the progress. You're gonna make Game Freak and Nintendo think this was a bad idea and we're gonna get ports and let's go. Do you really just want ports and let's go? Because if Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is this good for their first attempt, imagine what the next one can be. And what happens when they release Pokemon Amber and its perfect performance on the Switch Pro? Then what? I don't like giving game developers a pass. I feel like I'm pretty critical of games, and I've been very critical of Pokemon. But this is the time where we need to prioritize the fun and the forward progress the franchise has made. You're gonna ruin it. I love this game. I dumped 40 hours in super fast, and I love this game. I beat it. I got all the mons. I did the... Come on. Pokemon is finally cool. Finally making strides in like a modernized direction. And we just gonna squash it under performance bugs. I mean, they should patch the game. They should try their best to fix the memory leak. They should try their best to improve where they can. They should try their best to smooth things out. But it's the first 2 hours that really are bad. And yes, we can super focus, narrowly look in a tunnel at the issues of Jigglypuff yeeting off the screen or of some other Pokemon just floating in midair. But then also let me make sure we also post videos of you flying over mountains and there are families of Pokemon on top of the mountains. Did you ever think that was possible? Did you ever think they'd do that? Nope. Then let's make sure that we go to the end of the game and we do the huge thing, because that is insane. And what they tried to do there and what they accomplished, the score is incredible. The Pokemon designs are incredible. The gyms are creative and fun. Every element of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet rocks. except for the performance. And I know that's a big piece of game development. You don't really have much of a game if you don't have many graphics. But you got to get past it. You got to get past it because it's not that bad. Not only is it not the end of the world, it's not as bad as people are saying. The game runs mostly good, especially after the first 2 hours. And if there's some stuttering and some lagging and some popping, like, go watch the Pokemon movie. It's perfect. The frame rate is consistent. You won't miss. There's no lag. It's about playing. It's about having fun. And I thought that's what Nintendo was always about for people. And we know that about the Switch. It does not have the power of the other systems. It was never going to do anything truly insane. But it's insane that Pokemon Company took risks. It's insane that Game Freak tried new things. And we're going to freaking ruin it all by asking for refunds and low user review scores, and it just drives me crazy. So I hope you get where I'm coming from. Like I said, if you feel like the game is so horrible and you played it for a couple hours and you just hate it, okay, but give it a chance, give it a try, and don't succumb to the hive mind nature of Twitter and everybody saying it's bad and that you're stupid if you don't think it's bad, because trust me, you're actually one of the cool kids. All right, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Sorry about the rant, but just have to vent because these games are good, man. They deserve better. Love you lots. SwitchForce.